said, E, what did you get most from sitting in the room with Warren Buffett and the rest of the billionaires? And he said, Trap, they're men just like me, but they understand in the depression, in the recession, they can buy assets for dirt cheap, and that was something that I didn't realize. When it comes to the stock market, volatility is how wealth is transferred from those who didn't expect it to those who prepare for it. Say that again. In the stock market, wealth, volatility, is how wealth is transferred from those who didn't expect it to those who prepared for it. All right? So, there are people who get in the market, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether it's business, they never prepare for the downside. Everything they do is for the upside. Every time they buy a stock, every time they buy a business, every time they buy some real estate, they only think of the upside. So when the downside comes, they're never prepared for the pressure. And so the thing that you don't prepare for becomes the thing that wipes you out. That's why in boxing, the punch that you don't see is the one that's the most dangerous. In life, the thing that's unexpected is most often, the thing that wipes you out. So how do you reshape your financial structure? Well, on the journey of going up, you always prepare for the unexpected. I remember I was listening to E.T. one day. Shout out to my OG. And E.T. said, I said, E, what did you get most from sitting in the room with Warren Buffett and the rest of the billionaires? And he said, Trap, they're men just like me, but they understand in the depression, in the recession, they can buy assets for dirt cheap, and that was something that I didn't realize. I said, huh? He said they were buying 42, 32, 21-story buildings for pennies. For pennies. And immediately I said, We look at Warren Buffett right now. He has $192 billion, $89 billion of cash sitting on the side. Why? Because in his mind, he is preparing for something to happen. The thing about, watch this, the thing about preparing for something to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen today. It doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It may take a year. But guess what? If I get in my car every day with my raincoat, when it does rain, I won't get wet. But if I only leave my house every day preparing for sunny days, I'm going to get caught slipping. And it's the likelihood when it does rain, I'm going to get drenched. So watch this. Most people will laugh at you for carrying an umbrella with you every day. Most people are going to laugh at you for carrying, man, it ain't raining in a week. It ain't raining in 2 months. It's all because what happens is on the upside, everybody forgets that it has to rain. It's the natural order of things. It's the natural order of things. And the way life works, what I've learned on the journey is when we least expect it, that's when that punch comes. That's when that rain comes. That's when that tight. And here's the thing about not being prepared. A thunderstorm seems like a typhoon when you ain't prepared. A category 1 seems like a category 5 when you're not prepared. When you financially exhausted, that one late payment wipes you out. When you are financially stretched, that extra bill sends you over the hill. When you're financially stretched, watch this. When you're financially stretched, when you're financially bombarded, that layoff makes you commit suicide. Because I did a little research, Jose. And this kind of threw me off. This threw me for a loop, bruh. Like, we know, I always said, and people always feel like, it's always when people get money that they realize, that they say that money ain't everything. And I was like, you know what? That is true, because once you get money and you felt that the money was going to help everything, you realize you got a whole slew of other issues that you was dealing with. The money was just the thing that was of extreme importance at the top of your list. But here's what I realized, Jose. I did some homework. I did some research because I'm a numbers person. I'm a data person. Because here's what I realized. I realized that feelings lie. But data tells a gruesome truth. Data tells a gruesome truth. And I realized from the data that more than 55% of marriages break up due to financial insecurity. I'm going to go even further. I think it was like 57% of suicides were due to financially being overwhelmed. 57%. 57%. But watch this, Jose. Watch this number. Of successful people and of wealthy people, finances had little to do with suicide. Think about that. Think about the contrast. Watch this. Think of the dichotomy between that. Right? Think of the dichotomy between that. On one level, finances is the reason why people commit suicide and people get divorced. But people who have money, finances is the least thing that they commit suicide behind. So how do we reshape our financial structure so we can deal with the other stuff that we got going on in our life? Like being abandoned by your mama, like being abandoned by your family, like not being taught about God, about other issues, about not how to parent, about not how to learn, how to be emotionally intelligent. How do we reshape our financial structure so we can deal with the other issues that we got going on in life? Now, I'm not saying that, I'm the last person to tell you that money ain't going to fix a lot of issues, but I will also tell you that money going to hide a lot of issues. It's going to patch a lot of issues. Like money not going to make up for you not being a great parent. Money not going to make up for you not being a great spouse. Because you can buy her all the gifts you want, bro, she going to cheat. Because you ain't filling her up emotionally. You ain't filling her up spiritually. And all you can say is, bro, I bought you everything you wanted. As a father, you can't buy your kid. Because they're going to say, I don't want the daggone toys. I want your time. And you're going to say, well, I bought you everything you wanted. So when I say reshape our financial structure, I'm saying, how do we get our financial house in order so we can deal with the other issues that we have as a community, as a culture, as a society? Because here's what we do know. We are in America, and what we do know is printing money ain't a problem. That's what we do know. We know that we're in America. And every time we look on the TV, we see our government giving somebody else $1 billion. when I read a stat that said to cure homelessness in America, it'll cost about $6 billion. Well, we got men that's worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Now, I ain't telling nobody what to do with their money. But all I'm saying is what we do know and what we do can conceptually realize is that money actually isn't an issue in America. But for a group and a class of people, without the information, without the education, it seems like something that we can't catch.